Frankenstein's got a journal.
Ash, is Vamp explaining? What?
Cloud stuck in the house.
Elena side to Damon? Huh?
Do I have your attention?
Yep.
Good. Now let's talk about vampires.
Let's go. Season 5. Hear me out.
At Rebecca's kegger with Elaine and friends, taking shots like Jordan Connor, that is, in the paint like Shaq. Fix it in post. You remember when we drove coast to coast, driving to LA Cavalier and a U-Haul, even though that car was too small. Whipping around the Grand Canyon, trying not to fall in. Even when we rode, we were still ball in. By the bay, listen to Frank Ocean. Pour some coffee, I'll see you in 10.
Just give me the cue. I'll do whatever you want.
Mo money, mo problems, but I'm counting in the sweet spot. PD's on the track when the beat's hot.
Now let's talk about vampires.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular PD. Let's just say I put the PD in Vampede, but please call me Pete, and I'm here with my co-host and co-parent Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hello, Pete.
What's up?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm all right. A little bit of a cough for me. You got me your sickness from last pod.
My disease. Oh, yeah, I was sick last time.
Mm-hmm. But we're recovering.
Yep, I'm feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
I got all the germs out of me and into the rest of my family.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Ash, this will be dating our pod recording.
That's
but
okay.
So be it. Spotify Wrapped just dropped.
It really is like, wow, the year's almost over. Like, that's what it makes me think of.
But it's not even December yet. I guess they don't want Christmas songs to skew the results.
That's interesting. Maybe so.
Ash, we are a pop household.
We are.
Top artists: Taylor Swift, Death Cab, Carly Rae Jepsen, Copeland, Rodrigo.
Love it.
I would listen to all that.
You would or you do?
I would / do. Mm-hmm. Pod shout out to the Movie Buff. Mm-hmm. A now defunct podcast, which Spotify had some Spotify originals. The Movie Buff with John Gabris, and then like the Doughboys had their own Spotify original, which also got canceled.
Oh,
I know, but I was in the top 5% of movie buffs
on Spotify. Shout out
to the Movie Buff. I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify really, so
yeah, you listen to lots of podcasts, but not. When I said Spotify's. You listen to lots of podcasts, but not many of them on Spotify.
No, however, people do, and we are thankful for that because we got our podcast Wrapped.
Yay!
Spotify for podcasters. Ash, United States was our top country. USA.
Represent.
However, shout out Portugal, Italy, United Kingdom. I was gonna
that's our top 4. That's awesome.
Learn how to say thank you in Portuguese and Italian, but then I was like, but we speak English, so they know English.
Right.
It would be respectful for me to do that, but I didn't do that. But I still...
It was a nice thought.
I had the thought, and I'm happy that any country listens at all.
100%.
So shout out to our top 4. USA, Portugal, Italy, UK. We stan.
That's awesome.
And via Spotify, 81% of our Spotify listeners discovered the pod just this year.
I was surprised by that.
So that just shows growth, and maybe we haven't been on Spotify the whole time. I mean, now every episode is up on Spotify. Mm-hmm. But maybe we weren't. Maybe Spotify wasn't taking EPs back in the day. But anyway, whatever the case.
Thank you for listening.
Spotify listeners, shout out. And all you freaks in the iPhone app, we're here for you. Feed burner, I don't know, these rest of these spot catcher.
I have no idea.
Pod
Pod Fart,
I could only list the two.
Cast Master.
Are you saying real things?
No, not anymore.
Oh.
But wherever you're listening, we're happy to have you.
I really couldn't tell at what point in the list did you stop saying real podcasts, streaming services, and when you started making them up.
Me neither.
All in all, thank you for listening on whatever app or whatever, site that works for you. We love having you.
Yep. And tonight's episode, we'll go to all those RSS feeds out there all over the world.
What does RSS even stand for?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
Something, though.
Yeah.
Ash, tonight's episode stands for Season 5, Episode 5. 5 on 5. Mm-hmm. Old 55. The title of the episode, Monsters Ball. Ash, you ever seen Monsters Ball? Halle Berry.
Is it Charlize? Or that's a different... No, that's just Monster.
That's just Monster. This is Halle Berry and Billy Bob Thornton.
It's like from the 2000s or something. I don't think I saw it. I remember it though, like in existence.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I saw the whole thing myself. But I watched all of this episode.
That's me too. Twice.
Ash, put on your sweater. We're jumping into the cold open.
My sweater is already on.
Yep, we're both sweatered out tonight.
It's so cold.
And we're both in like comically luxurious sweaters, I would say. What's yours even? Yeah, yours is nice and rough and soft.
Super soft. Yours is a cigar smoking reading sweater.
Yes. We're potting in the winter. Ash, cold open.
Mm-hmm. Burr.
Maxfield. So we find out this is 3 days from the last episode, but it looks like we're back with Maxfield. He's in his laboratory. This is on school grounds or something? Like, he just has this lab.
Yeah. These professors have labs and stuff. He must have it locked down, though.
He must have it locked down. All right, he's looking at blood. He tempts Jesse on the slab with it. Mm-hmm. Jesse is a vampire now. His insides are burning up. He's hungry. Jesse has transitioned because he got... Oh, I forget. I always forget that.
You got it, Pete.
He got bit by a vampire, I know that. And then he got killed by that syringe.
So he had vampire blood in his system from Caroline after he got... So first he got bit by Stefan.
Okay.
Right? It was Stefan?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, Damon.
No, it was Stefan when he was forgetting. You know how amnesia
yeah.
Stefan. What are you calling him? Does he have a name?
Stephnesia? I don't know.
Stephnesia? Okay. He got bit by Stephnesia, and then he was left there to forget or whatever, and Caroline got him.
Better Stefan?
And yeah, better Stefan. And then she fed him his blood so that he wouldn't die. Mm-hmm. And then when he was back, like with Maxfield, he killed him with vampire blood in his system. You have to have the vampire blood in your system to be turned into a vampire. That's the only thing that matters the most. And then you will be a vampire, but you'll die if you don't feed. You know,
Notorious B.I.G. Jay-Z once said, when the vampire blood's in the system, ain't no telling will you die or will you transition. That's what they be yelling.
Wow.
I'm a vampire with blood. How far could I get? I'm probably done there.
Well, then you should not be so confused about how this works.
Because Jay-Z had it in his...
Well, you know it by heart.
That's not actually how it goes. All right. Yeah. Maybe I'll remember it now.
There you go.
All right. Maxfield is taking notes. He's sitting back and taking notes while Jesse takes totes on the
on the blood.
On the blood smoke. That's actually Notorious B.I.G. All right. Ash, I digress. Jesse has gone 3 days without feeding. Mm-hmm. He's weak but lucid. Okay, and Maxfield thinks he's so funny. Sensitivity to light is an 11 on a scale of 1 to 10, Ash.
Oh, I know, he's like doing his little voice notes. Mm-hmm. Also, I do not like his voice. Do you?
I love it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't like it, but what's he doing? He's leaving a little coy voice note for himself.
For himself?
That's an 11 on this.
Yeah, I know.
Also, he says it with no humor whatsoever, so it's like he's not even joking.
Yeah. I don't know. He's annoying. All these like characters that we meet that are just in the mix are always annoying.
Yeah. I liked his like sweater combo at one point. Jesse is a perfect candidate, he says to himself. And I said, uh-oh, because we don't know quite, where I don't know quite what that is yet. Mm-hmm. But it seems ominous.
Perfect candidate for what?
Elena is writing in her vampire's diary.
I know. Well, almost all the diaries that are burned at this point, so it's good that she's making a new one. 4
days since Bonnie died, or at least since she knew about it. Mm-hmm. Elena's back at school. Stefan still has amnesia, but he's also missing. Caroline is back with Ty. Elena is creeping on Maxfield.
Mm-hmm. Trying to figure out what's going on.
He covered up her roommate being killed by a vampire. Mm-hmm. But why? Maxfield walks over, welcomes her back. There's a costume ball tonight. I said, why does he know or care? What a weirdo. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't just for students, I guess?
Apparently not, but what students would be going to a costume ball with all their professors?
I don't know, and also...
Or the other way around, even.
All the characters that were there were the students, and then Maxfield. Like, once we actually get to the ball, it wasn't like, oh, Professor Davies, oh, Dean Kane. You're here, too. Mm-hmm. So he was kind of creeping.
I know. These professors are always creeping in this show.
Mm-hmm. What a weirdo. Okay, he's... I was about to say he's like another teacher who went to another college party, possibly in real life. Mm-hmm. But we don't have to talk about that.
No.
Bonnie is there, and Mrs. Elena is watching over her. Mm-hmm. Elena gets a call from Damon. She's about to ignore it, but he's there on campus.
Yeah.
And he busts her.
I know. That's so embarrassing.
She's avoiding him.
But she doesn't care.
Damon wants to go to the costume ball.
Which, does that seem weird?
Yeah.
For Damon. Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes sense later, but at this point, you're like, all right. Out of character a bit.
Elena is late for class. Ty and Caroline are on the floor of her dorm room. Mm-hmm. Ty has been a hybrid-sized jerk, not calling her back.
I know, that was a good quote.
But he's been helping a hybrid pack with no cell reception. Ash sounds like the oldest excuse in the book. Why aren't you wearing your wedding ring? Hybrid pack.
No cell reception.
No cell reception. I had to show them how to turn and didn't want to break my ring. Mm-hmm. Why do you have all those ones? Hybrid pack. No cell reception. Just use that for everything.
I know.
And I got to do a third one.
Yeah, you do. I'm waiting.
Whose underwear is in the back seat of your car?
Hybrid pack.
Hybrid pack.
No cell reception.
That kind of makes sense. Like if you were transforming a hybrid and they changed, their draws might fall off.
Yeah, because if they like are transforming.
They were transforming. I had to get within cell reception quickly.
That one is the only one that passes.
Apparently, Ty is going to go to this college as well.
Apparently.
At this moment, that's
where he was supposed to have been.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Caroline and Ty are going to the costume ball, and we learn that it is famous historical figures costumes. Even Stefan is going, and Ty and Caroline will be Clyde and Bonnie.
I know it sounds weird. This forgetful Stefan thinks that he likes this kind of thing. So he's like, he's going to go to this party. But previous Stefan would need convincing, unless he was like going with Elena.
Ash, you know what a missed opportunity was?
What?
Bonnie's dead. She could have been Bonnie. Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Ty.
Right. But she's not technically a historical figure.
Who, Bonnie?
Like, real Bonnie isn't historical, no.
No, Bonnie the Witch.
I know, Bonnie the Witch isn't historical.
I know Bonnie could have been Bonnie.
Oh.
And Ty could have been Clyde, like he already is.
But no one would have seen Bonnie then.
If she wasn't dead, I said.
Oh.
You were not on board for anything that I said.
Because I didn't know that you said if she wasn't dead. I thought you were saying Caroline...
Could have been Bonnie the
girl, her friend.
I don't think we do that anymore.
I was like, no, that's not a good idea.
And you know, another thing about Bonnie and Clyde, I guess everyone was kind of like villains. Like, Bonnie and Clyde are kind of villains in real life.
Yeah, there were some villains in there.
Also, this is showing my ignorance, but they're real people. Bonnie and Clyde were real. I've seen the movie from like the 60s with what's her face and who's his nose.
I like who's his nose. That's funny.
I actually know the guy's name. I don't remember the girl's name.
I don't know. I didn't think about that. I was just like, oh, from the movie.
Also, like, Elena is like the other Bolin girl, which is also a movie, which I know that is a thing.
Yeah, that is true. Another movie though. Are Bonnie and Clyde real people? Let's see. You can keep talking.
Okay. Elena sees a guy at her roommate's memorial. Megan used to be her roommate. She asked the guy, "Did you know her?" They knew each other growing up. Which, now that has new context to me. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, true. All right. Yes, they were new. Clyde championed Barrow and his companion Bonnie Parker. It says they were shot to death by officers in an ambush in Louisiana on May 23rd, 1934.
Well,
after one of the most spectacular manhunts the nation had seen up to that time.
Which, since we kind of just spoiled their lives / the movie, the movie ends with can you look up who the actors are?
Here's their real people picture.
Yeah,
I don't know that I've seen this movie actually.
I saw it in collage.
I don't know. I know. I mean, just so Bonnie and Clyde were not related.
Well, I would hope not.
Yeah, because they were in love. Mm-hmm. Bonnie and Clyde actors.
I'm picturing the guy.
Is it Faye Dunaway?
Yes.
And Warren Beatty?
Warren Beatty, yes. Warren Beatty was the name that I could not pull.
But that does look like how they look in the party.
Yeah. So, since we talked about the ending of that movie slash their lives, it's a movie from the 50s or 60s?
Yeah,
like
it's very Googleable.
If you haven't seen it by now or know the historical significance, now you do. But anyway, then isn't it weird that like Jay-Z and Beyonce are like, we're like Bonnie and Clyde? Like, what? You did crimes and then got killed?
Yeah, that's true.
And
maybe just their love was like Bonnie and Clyde.
Tupac had a Bonnie and Clyde song. Like, why are we wanting to be like these criminals who were killed from doing crimes?
That's a very good question. But now I'm very interested in this movie.
But, yeah, the movie's good. There was a recent sort of like retelling of that story, Slim and Jim or whatever it was. Remember Lena Waithe did that movie? She directed it.
Oh, no.
Slim and
I can
whatever.
only think of the pizza place in Nashville.
But do you remember the movie at all?
Not with what you've said only.
Where Daniel Kaluuya and this girl get harassed by this cop, and he kills the cop, and then they go on the run. Slim and Queen or something?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember this. Mm-hmm.
Which,
yes.
it's pretty obvious how that movie ends based on how I'm speaking about it, but I won't bluntly say it. But anyway, that was sort of a modern retelling in a way.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that movie.
So these stories, that one and that one, kind of glamorize this love between these people that is ultimately ends tragically, I would say. But it's still to the point, why are we like, we're the 98 Bonnie and Clyde or whatever?
True. And then do you think this is foreshadowing for Tyler and Caroline?
Oh, could be. I thought you were gonna say for Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I was like, no.
No.
That would be so sad.
No, these other fictional characters in the show that we're podcasting about.
What? We can't just talk about Bonnie and Clyde for 10 more minutes?
I don't know. I guess we could.
What was it? Slim and Queen?
I think it's sounds like Queen or is
Queen
it
and Slim.
Queen and Slim. Yeah, that's right.
That movie was good. Mm-hmm. Elena, okay. I was gonna say that now that we know that this buddy
At the funeral,
which I know his name is Aaron now, but I was wondering for the longest, and he's even we'll get to that. Now that Buddy is at the thing and says that he knew Megan growing up, that's interesting because that means probably Maxfield knew her in some capacity.
Correct. Yeah.
Which now that makes me wonder, like, is she really dead? I guess so, but that's beside the point at this point. Mm-hmm. All right.
Let's get you thinking.
This guy is skeptical that Megan committed suicide. He's right. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't know, so that's curious because you would think that Maxfield would have told him. But anyway. Mm-hmm. Elena is asking stuff about Megan. And Buddy says, get her sunflowers.
Yeah, she liked those.
He doesn't tell Elena his name.
No. She's like, hey, you got a name? He was like, yes, I do. It just leaves. I'm like,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Yes, I have a name.
I don't like that kind of answer.
No, me neither. The traveler, Nadia, is talking to Silas on the phone about Catherine. Catherine is crawling around a hotel room. Silas is looking for her. Catherine is hungry. Silas wants Catherine's blood as the cure for immortality, but he needs all of her blood.
That's what Nadia says, yeah. That's scary. Yeah, Catherine's like, just let me go and give him some blood and, like, be out of here. She's like, no. Also, the actress who plays Nadia looks familiar to me, but I don't know if she's familiar to me from this show or something else. Mm-hmm. I haven't looked into it.
Damon and Jeremy are doing exposition. This was a very dialogue and exposition heavy app.
Super, yeah.
My little click-clackers were clacking.
You had a lot to type. There's, a lot of exposition.
Bonnie is there as well as a jost. Damon is switching Silas out for Bonnie. He wants to die, she wants to live. Silas wants to be with Amara, and he has to be mortal. If he's mortal, he's a witch, which I was like, huh? If he's mortal, he's a witch. All right. Doesn't want to be on the other side because if he's immortal, okay.
Because if you're a witch, then you
go to
the
other side.
The other side. So isn't this kind of a good idea from Damon though? Like, everyone else was just like, man, this is terrible. Both of these things that we are doing are terrible. And Damon's like, can we make this mutually beneficial in some way?
He put on his thinking cap.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Jeremy think Silas wants to drop the other side altogether, which I think we already heard him say that. Either he said it or somebody was talking like that.
They were always trying to guess what Silas was going to do, but they didn't know for a long time.
But Ash, because we went like 2 episodes without a white oak ash steak or
a moonstone
or a compass that points to my butt crack, we have to have a new friggin' thing, a mystical anchor.
I know. You like anchors, though.
Tessa, I like anchors. Is it literally an anchor? I thought it was just something that held something to somewhere.
I'm just saying.
Silas wants to destroy the mystical anchor. Tessa knows where it is hidden, but she wants to keep it. So I said, this is the new MacGuffin. Mm-hmm. You heard that term before?
Yeah.
It's just like the thing in the thing. Mm-hmm. That's
the soap.
Yeah.
The moonstone soap.
Yeah, that's just like, or in like a Mission Impossible, it's what Ethan Hunt has to find. Mm-hmm. Or in Fast and Furious, it's the God's Eye, whatever. It's just the whatever piece of whatever that everyone needs to move the plot along.
For sure.
So much exposition, I said. Tessa will be at the costume ball also. She bought a Cleopatra costume today. She didn't rent it. She bought it.
We have to remember that Tessa is Ketsia.
Yeah. Bold move. She was like, I'm going to probably be Cleopatra again in the next couple hundred years. Be your go-to costume, like I have the Thomas the Tank Engine. Mm-hmm. Bonnie says that it is possible to do a spell to switch out she and Silas, but Silas killed her dad, so he's ruthless. So he doesn't really trust her. She doesn't really trust him. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you're doing over there.
I was gonna just doodle while you were talking.
So do it. Stop fussing.
Mm-hmm. I need something to keep my hands busy.
Jeremy says Bonnie is in to Damon. So, like, Jeremy's speaking for Bonnie, as he has been doing lately. Mm-hmm. He says that Bonnie is into this idea, but she's not.
I know, because Jeremy can just do whatever he wants to say for Bonnie, because everyone just believes that Jeremy is just speaking for her.
Right.
But he can be like, she said yeah.
But when it comes down to it, she's not going to want to do it.
No.
Silas wants Damon to kill Stefan, which we see why, and we see that he does, and it's a whole thing. But in that moment, it seems kind of out of left field. Mm-hmm. Nadia.
You always guess your pronunciation, like second guess it.
I know, I'm like, Nadia?
That's not how you say it.
Yeah.
Nadia.
You sound like friggin' Adam Carolla over here saying that. Nadia? And Catherine.
Nadia and Catherine.
Nadia has been following Catherine for years. She tells this story in 1864, a vampire roundup happened in Mystic Falls, and Catherine sold out Pearl and her daughter, Annabelle. Mm-hmm. Nadia turned herself into a vampire to hunt Catherine.
Right, which that's a crazy statement, which we find out is not exactly true. But if you're like, well, I just want to hunt this person, so I'm going to become a vampire too, it's like, whoa, chill out.
Seriously.
Everyone goes so hard in this show.
Yeah. You killed my mother, Nadia says. In Paris, she's like, that was a lie. All right, you killed my mother in Paris in 1645. Lily Atoma. Catherine was on the run from Klaus. Catherine sold her out. Nadia isn't going to let Catherine get away. But Catherine grabs a cane and stakes Nadia.
Mm-hmm. Like, right in the middle of the diner. Mm-hmm. Which then, like, the next time we see Nadia, she's just sitting, like, outside the diner. Like, you know, by the dumpsters or whatever. It's
Probably elsewhere.
It's like, how did she get from there to there without people being like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, she just, like, walked out with this stake in her body.
Yeah, I mean, Catherine might have had to compel everybody. Oh, wait, she's a human now.
Yeah, she's human.
Then, yeah, I don't know. I would guess they ran somewhere else. I don't know.
Well, they just totally were like, well, we're not going to show you that part.
No, and it was funny, though, when they were in the diner and she staked Nadia, and then someone was like, I'll have what she's having. That was kind of silly.
That'd be good.
Bonnie is mad at Jeremy for lying. Bonnie thinks the plan is too dangerous. When you use magic, there's always a price.
I do like how Bonnie's like, haven't we learned this by now?
Yeah, but Jeremy wants to touch her.
Yeah, this is not enough.
Yep. Like Tattoo once said, this is not enough. Is that? I don't know if that's actually even the lyric.
Yeah.
The costume ball is beginning. Much fanfare. Bonnie and Clyde. Caroline and Tide.
Bonnie and Clyde, Caroline and Tide.
Uh-huh.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Stefan is James Dean.
I love this because he just looks like that already.
Mm-hmm.
Smarty.
Stefan asks Caroline to dance. Damon texts Silas. Elena is Lady Anne Boleyn. Damon is the king. Probably King Henry, I said, but I did not look it up.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I think I saw that movie, by the way.
You think so?
Or I don't know. Is that the same as the girl with the pearl earring, or that's a different girl?
I don't know. I haven't seen either of those.
Maybe not then.
Elena feels guilty about Bonnie dying. Doesn't want Megan's death to be in vain.
Yeah, she feels guilty that she didn't figure it out soon enough. It's like, Elena, you're just trying to be guilty about whatever the heck.
Yeah, way to make it about you, Elena.
Exactly. It's like, how are you supposed to figure it out when everyone told you she was alive? Like, there's no reason for you to think she'd be dead.
Elena's totally like when a celebrity dies, she gets on like Instagram and posts like her notes app that's like, I met Megan when she was my roommate and she really meant more to me than most people. And
yeah, and she knew Megan for like 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. I do like that she's trying to figure it out. Like, that's fine, but you don't have to be so emotional about it. Mm-hmm. I guess it's a vampire thing, though.
The nameless guy is there in a tuxedo t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever have a tuxedo t-shirt?
I don't think so.
Or just an interesting trench coat?
I definitely had a trench coat.
I've definitely seen people in real life wear tuxedo t-shirts.
Yeah. I feel like... No, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I did invent the piano key necktie.
No, you did not.
Elena tries to compel this guy, and she does.
Yeah,
he is
does.
compelled. He says everyone around him dies, and his name is Aaron, and I Pete-dicted.
You did.
Is this Maxfield's son? Mm-hmm. Which I still don't know the answer to that, but he is involved in the Maxfield fam in some way.
Yeah.
Tessa.
Wait, hold on. Whenever someone in this show it goes to compel someone new for the first time, does it make you nervous that they're about to be like,
Yeah.
why are you doing that? And then just like attack them? Or if
Either
they're gonna
attack
actually
them or be like,
Be like, you're being a weirdo.
Or you're a vampire. I take vervain.
Exactly. Because it's like, it's such a risk for them to compel somebody because they really don't know.
Mm-hmm. Tessa arrives as Cleopatra. She goes to Stefan and introduces herself. Mm-hmm. She wiped his memories.
Aww.
But it was nothing personal. Damon walks up and takes Stefan away to another room. Silas walks in. Damon kills Stefan. So that was a surprise.
I know. Just snapping necks. Because we did have the conversation where Silas was like, I just need you to kill your brother. And we never got to hear more of that conversation. And then the very next time we see Damon, he does kill his brother.
Yeah.
We're like, wait, he's doing what Silas said? But at least we know it's not permanent killing.
Yeah. Now that Stefan died, Silas has his psychic powers back. Because he was linked to Amnesia Stefan, and now the link is broken while Stefan is dead. But only while he's dead.
Only while he's dead, yeah. That's why he said, keep him dead.
He's going to pretend he's Stefan to holler at Tessa.
I know. But this is still like the best acting, the best character is this. Whoever is acting as Amnesia Stefan, this is Paul Wesley acting as Stefan, acting as Silas, who's acting as Amnesia Stefan. It's a Stephception.
For sure.
And I like it.
Silas as Stefan. Silas as Amnesia Stefan.
That's just his name now.
Walks up to Tessa. They dance. Caroline wants to leave with Ty to hook up.
I know. He's like, that's not the only reason I came here.
And he's being a little weird. Stefan and Tessa are doing exposition. She's paranoid about Silas. No, Stefan's. But then Silas lets her know it's him. So really he had to do all this for mere moments of plot.
Well, he didn't have to, do any of that at all. He could have just compelled her immediately, got her to do what he wanted, and then Stefan wouldn't be waking up so many times. But he needed to, play the game and be, all flirty, and he wanted to know if she still loved him. He could have just been like, do this, now forget. But he didn't.
They're both looking for the anchor. The travelers hid it. Now she wants a pendant to do a locator spell. Familiar song and dance, Ash?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Stefan's coming back to life. Silas's brain is hurting. Stefan's mad Damon killed him. Damon is trying to get Elena's best friend back. Kills Stefan again, and that helps Silas.
Isn't it surprising that no one at this other party goes into the room where Stefan is dead this whole time?
They probably put up a sign that said, don't come in this room, it's not part of the costume ball.
Because they're so good at putting up signs.
Nadia is staked. Catherine has her in an alley. Catherine grazed her heart on purpose. The story about her mom was fake. It was a test. Catherine failed. Nadia says she did kill her mom. April 6th, 1492, when you hung yourself. Her name is Nadia Petrova.
Isn't that crazy?
You are my mother.
You are my mother. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I mean, I remember her hanging herself or running away back in 1492. But did we know she had a child? Would she have a little baby?
We knew that her whole family got killed at one point, but no, they weren't saying that she was just a mama.
Seems like a retroactive continuity error.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, Elena sees Maxfield.
I just think it's fun.
Okay, good. That's why you're the super fan. And I'm the skeptic. We're Mulder and Scully.
We're Bonnie
show.
and Clyde.
were Jekyll and Hyde. Speaking of which, Elena sees Dr. Maxfield. Mm-hmm. They talk about her costume. He's Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, basically.
They dance. They talk about him lying on her roommate's death certificate. He thinks a vampire killed her. We're never going to see each other again. People at this school are watching you and your friends. Pack up your things and drop out and go back to Mystic Falls, he says.
Yeah, he did not beat around the bush. He was just like, I know what's up, and you gotta get out of here.
Seems like he is the one watching her, and he's the one doing tests, and he's gonna be out to get her.
Mm-hmm. People are doing it.
He wants to be the only vampire game in town.
Maybe.
And he knows that, like, he sees Elena and her friends sussing things, and he doesn't want...
He didn't want her snooping around.
No. Mm-hmm. Caroline and Ty. Ty's like, I can't do college now. Klaus gave them permission to be together, but he doesn't like that.
Right. Because he hates Klaus.
Klaus killed his mom and got away with it. Ty came to say goodbye.
Yeah. He's actually not going to his single room dorm that Caroline is so excited about. Mm-hmm.
He needs to go after Klaus and destroy Klaus's life.
A single room dorm, though, would be tight.
Caroline is mad about all of this and says, you sound like Klaus.
Mm-hmm. Very vengeful.
Yeah. Ty is big mad. We haven't seen Klaus in a little bit.
No. He's trying to have werewolf babies. Or whatever, hybrid babies down in Nolans.
Mm-hmm. He's being an original. Mm-hmm. Tessa is looking for her pendant. Oh, she finds it. She chants. Silas comes in, but falls out because Stefan is coming back to life. And then I said, I think Stefan is faking dead. Ha ha. Mm-hmm. Damon isn't sure. And then Stefan kills him.
I know. So good.
The reversal.
I know. Stefan doesn't like that. This what do we call him again?
Amnesia Stefan. Silas is having trouble. Tessa thinks he's Stefan. Real Stefan comes in.
And he's like, that ain't Stefan.
Yeah, he says, that's Silas. Stefan fights Silas. He tells Tessa Silas was lying. Tessa is mad. Tessa starts doing magic, but Silas says she can't kill him. You loved me, he says, but he broke her heart. Now I'm going to break yours, and she grabs his heart. Your blood won't flow, and your veins dry up and rot from the inside out, and then he gets all gray and veiny.
I know. How brutal. She's like, yeah, I can't kill you, but I can just make you stop pumping blood.
I know. I can desiccate you.
Like, immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got green. We haven't seen anyone green veiny in a while.
No, not in a while. That's a trademark of the show is gray, veiny people. Mm-hmm. Maxfield has short arms, I think, I said. He sees Aaron, takes his keys away from him because he's drunk and he doesn't want him to be able to get into his apartment.
I wish we could see this guy actually seeming drunk. He's just regular walking up the stairs.
He takes his keys because he doesn't want him to be able to get into his apartment.
Oh, his car?
Uh-huh. I was joking.
Yeah. I was thinking about something else.
Yeah, and you said it, and I heard you.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely heard you. Mm-hmm. He's Aaron's legal guardian, so my mid-show Pete-diction was sort of on track.
Yeah, because they haven't said, like, how they're related but...
Silas is gray and veiny. Elena sees him with Damon. Tessa did it. Nadia has the stake out of her chest. She and Catherine talk about Silas. Where were you in 1498? Catherine asks. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know. She was 8.
Yeah. Come on, Mom.
So that means in 1492 she was 2. So she was just a little
Is
2-year-old.
it a BB?
2-year-old baby.
She's like, why? I was 8. How am I supposed to know? And Catherine tells her that she went back for them.
She went back to find her in Bulgaria.
No, Bulgaria. Don't say it like that. Look at what you did to yourself. That's what you get.
Nadia didn't know that Catherine went back for her. She gives her tea or something. Nice to meet you, daughter. Mm-hmm. Daughter that's the same age as me.
Right.
But we're both old.
Or even, I think, older even. Catherine, I think, is maybe younger. Or at least the actress.
Biologically? Because Nadia must have gotten into her late teens or 20s or whatever before she turned into a vampire. So Catherine's probably older than, unless Nadia, I don't know. But
I think Dobrev might be younger though.
Actor wise. Ty and Caroline, he's packing up to go help more hybrids with less cell service. Caroline wants him to stay and love her more than he hates Klaus, but he can't.
I think that was a good line though.
Yeah.
I want you to love me more than you hate him. Like that seems like a fair ask on Caroline's part.
Well, if it was true.
I know, but he can't, which is sad.
Yeah. One more step and we're done, and then he takes a step.
What about how he pauses for a while and then he takes one step and then waits and then he walks away quickly?
Yeah. And then Caroline says, "You're fired."
Yeah, basically.
Ty is sad. He takes a step. He leaves.
He was sad. He was all like quivering and stuff.
Yeah. Because he got fired.
Yeah.
Damon is drinking Brothers Bond, talking to Elena about Maxfield. Maxfield knows about vampires. So they need to find more out about Megan. Also, desiccated Silas is just in their living room.
Just on the couch.
Catherine arrives. There's a knock at the door. Catherine arrives. She's happy to see Silas desiccated.
Yeah, she's like, you finally did something right. She had no idea what they were about to make her do.
And then Damon bites her neck. Silas needs her blood to become a mortal witch. He needs all of her blood. Catherine doesn't want to die. Damon is like pushing her neck onto Silas's gray mouth. It's so gross.
It's really like rapey weird.
Yeah. And I guess Silas does drink her blood out of his weird mouth.
He does, and then he ends up grabbing Catherine's head, and Damon gets to let go.
Mm-hmm. She's not dead though, and she says, "Am I in hell?"
Well, she looks like she's dead for a minute.
And then she wakes up.
And then she wakes up.
Wow.
Pete.
Yes.
Fangs.
I didn't love this one as much because it put me to work.
It was a lot, yeah.
And what was going on? I mean, they're just setting up the next, we need to find this thing to find the other thing, and here's a new person who's related to this person, and there's mystery and intrigue. It seems like we're at the beginning of something. We're episode 5, so we just finished a little 4-episode chunk. Mm-hmm. So now we need to...
They finished out the Bonnie being dead kind of moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So where are you at then?
1.25.
1.25. I like Amnesia Stefan. I like when people wear costumes. I would have liked seeing more costumes, or them having a costume winner or something, so we could have been just seeing more people dressed up.
Yeah.
Maxfield is super annoying.
I think in the background I saw someone dressed like they were on the Titanic.
Oh, I missed that.
You wanted more Maxfield, you said?
No. Do not want Maxfield.
More Aaron?
So, I'm going to go 1.3.
Okay.
I think I liked it a little bit more than you.
I think so, too.
You've given us a little bit of Pete-dictions.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to be, like, looking for this mystical anchor. And Catherine still alive for some reason. I guess Silas didn't suck all her blood because if she had no blood, she'd be dead.
Right.
So something happened there.
Do you think, like, how soon do you think Stefan's going to get his memory back? And do you think they're going to be able to do this flippy floppy with Silas now that he's a mortal witch?
I don't know how they're going to get rid of Silas. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess the only option currently is that one that was proposed, but I think there is going to be some trickery where he is going to try and probably take down that veil or whatever. Mm-hmm. Maybe he'll go to where Bonnie's at and Bonnie will be able to fight him.
Interesting.
With 100 dead witches.
All right. Those are some good thoughts.
So, yeah.
Okay, we did it. Monster Ball. Or Monsters Ball.
Monsters Balls.
There it is. You got plugs?
Shout out to Spotify. Listen to your tunes on there. Listen to your pods. Tell your friends, hey, what if we grew even more in 2024? Oh, grow more in 2024.
There we go. That's good.
We like doing the pod. We have many episodes left.
I know. I'm excited to keep watching them with you, and it's always fun to see what you think and then how much of it does actually just come true.
Yeah, sometimes. Mm-hmm. Hit us up on social media at High Dive Publishing on Instagram, at EC Little Free Library.
Yay.
On Instagram. Check out what books are up in the junior library in this moment. Yeah, that's about it. You can always say, comment, like, subscribe.
Do the podcast type things.
Yeah.
And also, I hope you enjoyed these pug snores.
The pug was snoring for sure.
Bye.